Hello and welcome everybody to today's edition of México News Network's Breaking News. I'm your host, Zafiro Fierro. Remember to follow us on all of our social networks and to catch us every day by logging on to our website, MéxicoNewsNetwork.com, for relevant stories and news. Let's start with today's show. During the first visit of the Indian Prime Minister Narendra Modi to Mexico, the President of Mexico, Enrique Peña Nieto, announced the start of a new business relationship in unexplored sectors between the two countries. In a message issued by the Presidency of Mexico, it was announced that the two countries plan to cooperate in sectors such as aerospace, scientific, renewable, solar energy, as well as agriculture and technology and waste management. Peña Nieto and Modi highlighted their friendship and respect between them and their nations. They also agreed to collaborate in promoting mutual investment and expand the one that already exists in various sectors such as steel, pharmaceutical, and food industry, as well as auto parts. With the energy reform that Mexico has materialized, Indian companies may invest in renewable energy, and during his visit, the Prime Minister stressed that his country is a major buyer of Mexican oil, and now they seek to expand their labor camps. Enrique Peña Nieto also mentioned in his speech that Mexico recognizes a transformative momentum that the Indian government has promoted, which coincides with what Mexico has been doing to achieve and develop the growth of the country. In other headlines, Mexico and Cuba made agreements that reached approximately $100 million. These businesses are mainly for the supply of inputs and the development of resorts on the island, as well as promotion of tour packages that include destinations in both countries. This was carried out during the first Forum of Tourist Business Mexico-Cuba, which took place in Mérida, Yucatan, where Enrique de la Madrid, head of the Ministry of Tourism, was present and said that a good political relationship with the island has to land on concrete business to help both countries. During the forum, more than 200 business meetings between a delegation of more than 20 business people representing 90% of tourism in Cuba and investors from Mexico to create joint investments were made, as well as meetings between importers of Cuba and exporters of Mexico. It should be noted that the most interesting sector to the Cuban delegation was the food and beverage, where present were companies such as Sigma Alimentos, American Beef, Pork Mexican Group, Jose Cuervo Tequila, among others. The forum was also attended by various hotel companies and the airlines Aeroméxico and Interjet, which seek to strengthen the connectivity to the land as well as to create and promote packages with destinations in both countries. Moving on, since its arrival to Mexico, Uber has been widely accepted by users and has gradually been implementing its various forms such as Uber Pool. Now in some cities, the company has modified its application to allow users to add a new option that allows multiple people to use the same method of payment. In addition to normal and business account, now Uber lets you create a family profile in which the Uber users can add up to 10 members to the same account for an easier method of payment. According to the company, anyone can create a family profile. However, to add a person, it is necessary to send an email invitation that is associated to the profile, and after receiving it, they must select as payment method the family profile. So the cost of the trip you make is automatically charged to the person who sent the invitation. The application will notify each time a family member starts a trip and will allow you to follow their route on the map from your smartphone. It is also important to highlight that although the name of this new profile is family, it is available for friends and colleagues. Lastly, for the 6th consecutive year, Angela Merkel, the German Chancellor, is yet again the world's most powerful woman according to Forbes. In second place is Hillary Clinton, who will possibly go up a position next year. If Clinton wins the presidency elections in the United States, she could easily take Merkel's place on the list and become the most powerful woman in the world. The Democrat candidate for president could very well win the November elections, and according to the magazine, she has all in favor of becoming number 1 out of 200 spots. After headlining the list for 6 years, Merkel announced to Forbes she has decided to open Germany's borders to over 1 million refugees from Syria and other countries. Her geopolitical strategy is viewed by many as a very brave one by adopting absolute humanism. This year, Forbes' list includes 20 new women, which were chosen under the new rethinking of what it means to be a powerful woman, due to the differences there is between being in control and being influential. In Mexico, out of the 100 women on the Forbes list, we can mention a few women who are breaking stereotypes in their own fields, like teenager Olga Medrano Martín del Campo, winner of the gold medal in the European Women's Mathematics Olympics in Romania; Amparo Espinosa Ru Garcia, a philanthropist, writer, psychoanalyst, administrator; Eufrosina Cruz Mendoza, an indigenous woman from Oaxaca recognized by the UN as one of the 100 leaders that has moved the world and is now aspiring to be governor of her state; and Melanie Devlin, president of the board at Devlin Optical Store. This was all for today. Thank you very much for staying with us. I'm your host, Zafiro Fierro. Remember to follow us on Facebook, Twitter, and Google+. Plus, log on to MexicoNewsNetwork.com for more information on Mexico and the world. Until next time.